I want to share this story.
Say your eyes, they all over me. Don't be shy, take control of me. Get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Baby girl, you give me 10 ton of fatness. Give me some of that. Links with the badness.
Hi babies, Mstoofine, and welcome back to my channel. So, you know, I've been holding out on this story time because first of all, I don't want it to be a pity party because, you know, I've been past it and it made me into the person who I am today. And so I wanted to just, you know, share this story with you guys just to let you guys get to know me a little bit better. You know I post videos and I post a lot of stuff, but trust me, you guys, you still don't know the half of me, trust. But before I get into the story, you know, I have a tutorial on this look if you're interested, and I did, like, you know, a little talk through, you know, updates and whatever. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, the link is down in the description box. And I also have a review on this unit, which I will link down in the description box as well for you. If you're not a member of my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now and you know, become a part of the fam. But yeah, I just, you know, I wanted to share this story, and persons did ask me on Snapchat if I'm still going to be doing the story because, you know, since I think after I created my YouTube channel, I've been saying that I have a story that I wanted to share, but I wanted to have a child first, and you know, a few persons did remember. And so since, you know, I have my baby now, baby Kaylee, I decided I think I'm over the situation. I definitely don't forget what happened, you know, what I've been through, and you know, I think I'm ready to, you know, open that side, you know, open that door that has been closed for so many years. You guys probably like get to the point. Okay, so I will share. I'll get to the point now. So I was molested when I was 14, but it's been an ongoing thing. So I'm just going to, you know, I might have to break this story into two parts just because it's gonna be a little bit lengthy. So, you know, I wanted to share this story. You know, if somebody's going through something, like, listen, it's not the end of the world. Like, you can get through it. There's persons who have gone through worse and they made it out just fine. So I wanted this to be, you know, something that can motivate somebody someday, somewhere along the line. And so let me just get right into the story. So when I was younger, I think around 12, 13, no, I think it's 13, probably late grade 7, early grade 8, my mom, she had this boyfriend, and so he became my stepdad. My mom, she has 4 kids, and my oldest sister, she wasn't living with us. She was living on her own. My brother, he wasn't living with us either, so it was just 2 of us that was left, which was me and my little sister. This story is gonna be so jumbled. Like, I'm the worst with story times. Like, I'm just all over the place, but let me just try to put it together. So my mom, we usually live like in a 1 bedroom, 2 beds. And so when the 4 of us when all 5 of us is living together, which is my big sister and my brother, you know, 2 of us would sleep on 1 bed, 2 on the other bed. And so my mom and her boyfriend, she would sleep on the ground, you know, make a bed to sleep on the ground. And this is one of the reasons why I need to buy my house, because I need Kaylee to have her own space. But yeah, so she had this boyfriend, but prior to this boyfriend, she had another boyfriend before him. And so he taught us, like, you know, we're girls, and so if we're going to sleep in a dress, we need to sleep in a tights or a shorts or sleep in a pants, but we can't just sleep in a dress or a skirt with just underwear. And so he brought that into us, you know, to wear stuff to bed. So when my mom meet this new guy, you know, it was instilled, if that's the word, you know, we just got into the habit of sleeping into shorts or pants to go to bed. And so he used to try to, like, you know, trouble me in my sleep, like, you know, pull my clothes and stuff like that. And you know, we're kids, so we sleep dead, if that's a term. Yeah, we sleep dead, so it wouldn't be easy for me to get up. And so if you try to like touch me in my sleep or whatnot at that time, I wouldn't be easy to get up. And so he would try, you know, some nights I would just, I don't know, maybe just get up out of my sleep for no reason, and I would catch him, you know, like trying to pull my clothes and stuff like that. And then I remember this one time, like, my mom was there, she was sleeping, he was on the bed with me. To be honest, I don't know 100% what was going on, but I know when I got up, my clothes, it was open. And so I guess my mother woke up in the night searching for him, and so when she got up and turned on the light, he jumped off the bed and said he was looking for a diamond ship.
He was looking for a diamond ship
in the middle of the night, in the darkness. Yeah. And so my mom was furious, and she said she was gonna get it sorted out. Trust me, she never did, because after that, the uproar and all of that came from that one incident, they went back together. And then we moved from that place to another place, and this was a 2-room at the time. And so after a while, you know, my mother, she took her time to remove her stuff one by one. At the time, he actually lived at the top of the lane that we were living on, so she basically moved in with him, and me and my little sister was living together. I didn't say that. Yeah, when we moved, so my brother went, my big sister went, so it was just me and my little sister. I basically said she lived with him because we slept together alone at night, and she would ask the neighbor, you know, to give an eye on us, ensure that we stayed in. But trust me, I was afraid of my mother, because first of all, my mother beat me for every and anybody. She just wanted somebody to say something, and she just jumped on the wagon, you know, beat us like crazy without asking. So, you know, some of those stuff, you know, I want to hear my daughter's side of the story before, you know, I jump to conclusion. And so she didn't give us a chance to do that, and so she left the neighbor to watch us. So as I said, she take time to take out her stuff one by one to bring up to him. And then I remember, you know, this yeah, I'm just coming off a little. The other day I got an abscess in my breast, and so I had to go to the doctor. And then, you know, I remember when my sister had the abscess and all of this happened. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys about the abscess in my breast at a later date. I really just remember so that happened. But yeah, my big sister, she was living in the country, and my mom had to go to stay with the kids. I think she had 2 kids at the time, and so she got the abscess in her breast, and she was admitted in the hospital. And the bike, really, yeah, my mom had to go down there, you know, to help take care of things. And so she left the man in charge. This was the stepfather that been molesting, well, troubling me in my sleep at night. I really don't know what took place when I'm sleeping. It's a possibility that he did feel me up while I'm sleeping, but as I said, I wouldn't be able to say that, because when I was younger I sleep so dead, like I wouldn't feel anything. And so, you know, she left him with us. He tried to have sex with me when I was sleeping one night. Well, it was an early morning, and so I just felt something touch me on my leg, and I jumped out of my sleep, and he jumped off the bed saying that he's looking for his slippers. I mean, this is the 2-bedroom that we have, our section, and my mom would have hers, but they don't, you know, my mom would have hers, but they don't really use the room. So this time when she was away, he came down there to stay with us, and so yeah, that was how he was in our room. And that was a school day, I remembered quite well. I got up, and you know, I went to my neighbor, and I tell my neighbor, and I was living in a garrison area, the ghetto, and you know, I tell my neighbor, and she say, you know what, it's time to report it. Now she say I should report it this time around. And she was saying he's not gonna get away with it, because trust me, by this time everybody in the community have already known what's been going on in my household, and you know, everybody know. And so somebody had reported it before what did transpire. When my mom found out, somebody did reported it, but it wasn't me or my mother, and so they would have had that statement already there. And so, you know, in the ghetto, the bad man, I hope you got, yeah, I'm Jamaican, guys. So the bad man around the area, they actually beat him up, broke him hand, broke him foot. Yeah, then beat him up. So that same day I went to the station, I reported the incident, and they called my mom and told her she had to come back into Kingston. And so I remember when she came into Kingston, and my mother was like, why did I report it? Why I didn't call her? I'm like, but because I was so afraid of my mom. Like, up to this day, I'm not scared anymore, but it's just, you know, she taught us manners, so I didn't talk to her in any way, you know, disrespectful, but I was saying to her, like, you already knew what this man was capable of doing, and you're going to ask me why I went to the station when he could rape me, like, right there, spot on, and you weren't even there. And she got upset. And so, you know, the police, they asked us to, well, this went to court now, so they gave us like a court date and say we have to go into court. And so we went to the courthouse. Of course they locked him up after the court whatever. And so we went to court, and I went into the judge. I told her what was what, you know, the same statement that I gave to the police. And my mother was there, and she was like, oh, I'm having sex. Listen, at this point in time, I wasn't having sex. I actually took my virginity when I was 16 years old, and that was when I was living in the children's home. So when I was living with my mother, I did not have sex any at all. And so she was saying that, oh, I guess she was upset that I went to station to report her man, which she in love with so much. And so she got upset, and she started, you know, talking stuff. She started saying stuff. This story is so long. Yeah, so she started saying stuff, you know, stuff that weren't true. And so the judge ordered for me to see a guy, and for them to test me to see if I'm sexually active and see if he actually did anything. And so when that result came out, I guess I was still a virgin. And so my mother got locked up that day, I remember. And because so it was my mother, my sister, and I who was at the courthouse, because, you know, I wasn't living with my dad at the time. I was living with my mother, of course. And so when we went to court, because she got locked up, there wasn't any adult there to take us home. And so they decided that they are going to place us in a home, and we were gonna stay there for a week until we got another court date to come in. And so I went to this home in Stony Hills. It's called Homestead. I don't know if it's still around. And listen, for that whole week I legit cried day and night, me and my sister. It was such a terrible experience. Like, the gang fight girls, I remember I was in grade 8 at this time, so I was 14. Yeah, 14. And so gang fight, they used to like sex girls without their permission, as in hold them down and literally, you know, yeah. And so they fight a lot. I remember I was so young, I was so traumatized, oh my god. And I was like, at this point I couldn't go to school for the 1 week that I was there, me and my sister. My sister is my sister is 2 years younger than me, so you can just imagine how traumatized she is. So we had to wear, they had this gown thing that where everybody in the home had to wear, and it was this blue dress, and so we wouldn't get to wear our clothing. So you can imagine how traumatizing this was for us. It was really hard. It was such a hard week for us. and then we finally got the court date to go back to see the judge to see what would take place if a family member could take us. And I remember my dad came and he took us out. Well, no, my dad came for to court that day. I guess somebody tracked him down and get him to come to court, and so the court gave us to him. Yeah, gave us to him. And then my stepmother, I'll give you a story on she. Listen, I have some story with she. But my stepmother, she told a lie on me. Listen, my hairdresser said that the mouth is a weapon, and so I told myself I was going to stop saying this, but at the time I didn't think I have any luck at all. Like, I was just so bad lucky. And my stepmother, she tell a lie on me to my dad, because trust me, when I was younger she used to put my brother and I to fight against each other, and so we just never had a good relationship. And so I guess she didn't want us there. And so my dad went to court, because of course when he took us home we still got another court date to go back to. Listen, we were back and forth at court for no reason. And so my mother also got locked up that same day. I did say that, right? My mother got locked up, my stepdad got locked up. And so my mother was in prison at this time. Yeah, I was living, so I was there with my dad. I think we were there for like a week. And then he told the judge when we got to another court, if it wasn't a week, it was 2 weeks. And when we went back to court now, he told the judge that he could not manage to keep us both, because my stepmother, she had a daughter and a son. A daughter which is my sister, and a son which is just my stepbrother, because he wasn't my father's child. And so, you know, this is my story to share, so I don't really want to include my sister in this. But yeah, he said he couldn't manage, and as such the judge, they had to take us again. And so I was going to Xoxo High School at this time, so yeah, grade 8. So after the court hearing and everything, they said that we were gonna be placed in a children's home. Listen, I cried. I remember I was just there crying. Even when I got to the home, I was crying, and I'm like, oh my god, like I shouldn't have reported this, and then maybe I wouldn't be in a children's home. I wouldn't be locked away, you know. I couldn't get to do anything. And so they placed us at it was a girls' home it was a girls' home, but it's a home for, like, you know, bad kids, just like Homestead was. But they said that they were placing us there for a while until they find a children's home that they could place us, because at the day of court they couldn't find any placement for us, so Glen Hope was the resort option. And so we were there. I wasn't going to school still, so I was out of school for a while, same with my little sister. Yeah, and so I think we went back to court again, and yeah, so the judge ordered for us to start going to school. We set the trend at Glen Hope for kids to go to school. Yeah, I don't know if they still have that there, but yeah, so you know, I would go to school, come home, back to the children's home. I can't have any phone. I did make some friends there, but it was so hard. Listen, gang fights, and like you always have like I wasn't into all of that, so you know, I would watch the fight, because of course I'm not going to part any fight whatsoever, because at the home we sleep on like bunk beds, so the bad girls would kick out all the boards from the top bunker. So whenever there's like a fight, they would take out the boards to beat the girls with. So that's how serious the fight was. They would like break out all the bulbs so that no light is in there, and therefore no house mother is going to come on where they call it, the ward, or yeah, nobody would, no house mother would come on until the fight has ended. And so it was so traumatizing. You have girls coming there and they do terrible things to the girls. They used to steal my stuff. They used to steal my underwear. Listen, it was crazy. It was so bad. So when we went back to court, I was so excited, you know. Just to go to any children's home was better than staying there, trust me. And so I was placed at we were placed at the Jamaica National Children's Home in Papine. You know, I always say I need to do like a treat. I think I'm going to really work on like doing a treat, you know, to go up there. Up there was an experience. It has its ups and its downs, but trust me, it was the best. And so when we got there, so this was grade 9, so that's how long we were there for a good while before we left to go to live at the Jamaica National Children's Home. And so, should I say that? Well, yeah, I can't say it because I let somebody leave.
Daddy, don't touch me there. I'm gonna tell on you one day, I swear. Can't you see I'm scared? You're supposed to be my father.